Welcome to DIYEasyCrafts.com, how to make a do-it-yourself bottle fish for displaying antique or new bottles. This nautical display was created just with a few different gauges of wire. We start by folding a piece of wire in half and pinching the end. This is going to be to start forming the mouth of the fish. The length of each half of the wire has to be about 5 or 6 inches longer than the length of the bottle. And basically, we're just going to form the shape of the head with our fingers, and you'll see it start to take shape as we fit it to this particular bottle. Now, I like to use antique bottles, but like I said before, you could use this on a modern-day wine bottle. Any type of bottle will work. I'm just finding the location of where I want to start the top fins, or the dorsal fins of the fish, and I'm going to use a pair of needle nose pliers to start creating those fins. You really need a pair of needle nose pliers as well as a pair of wire snips. I used 14 gauge. I tried it with uncoated 16 gauge wire. I like the 14 gauge coated wire better. The black just stands out a little bit better than the uncoated wire did. And then I also used 24 gauge for doing some of the smaller wraps. Again, I'm going to mark the location of where I want the bottom of the pectoral fin. This fin, just real small, just faces forward a little bit. Again, a couple of quick bends with the needle nose pliers. These are very easy to build brackets for displaying bottles. The entire project, once you do a couple, probably takes 10 minutes to complete. Now that the basic form, the head and the fins of the fish have been formed, the first step in attaching it to the bottle, I like to attach the ends of the wire to the neck of the bottle. I use a heavier gauge wire, and I twist it together with a pair of pliers, or you could use the needle nose pliers. You want to use enough tension where that bottle is not going to fall out of the loop, but you don't want so much tension where it could crack or damage your bottle. And any excess wire can be clipped off with the wire snips. You can see the loose ends down on the left that will be used to form the tail. But now we're going to attach the head end of the fish to the bottle. This can be done in a couple of different ways. The first way is with the thinner wire, the 24 gauge wire, and I'm going to wrap it around the top, wrap it around the side of the bottle, back up around the other side, and then back down. So I'm basically lashing the top of the wire in position to the bottle. Now this holds it pretty securely, but that bottom of that wire could still move to the left or to the right. Another method, if you don't mind the look of the thicker wire, for its artistic value, is use the thicker gauge wire and twist it with a pair of pliers, and that holds that wire into position very securely. Again, I caution you to be a little bit careful here. You don't want to twist too much. It exerts quite a bit of force. You want it to kind of crush the coating on the wire, the black coating, so that it holds it in position nicely and firmly, but you don't want to really crank down on it too hard. The wire that forms the shape of the fish, of course, should be centered on the bottle. You can just slide that wire into position. And the only things left to do now are to form the tail and also to add the eye. The tail is very easy. Again, it's just shaped with the pair of needle nose pliers, and then both ends are lashed together with thinner gauge wire, and then any excess wire is just clipped off with the wire snips. The eye, I took a cork from a wine bottle. I colored it black with a marker, and then just wired it into position with a thin gauge wire. And that's it, a very simple, easy to make project. The exact same techniques can be used on a variety of different bottles. This one is a slug plate blob top bottle from the 1880s. You could have different size bottles, different color bottles, look really nice in the sunlight. This is a smaller ABN, or automatic bottle machine bottle from the 1920s of medicine. And again, different size bottles work out great, different colors work out great. Just a very unique nautical way of displaying your antique or new bottle collection, and is especially appropriate for bottles that were recovered from around or in the sea. All of these bottles were recovered while scuba diving. Please check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos. And if you like this video, I ask that you please subscribe to this YouTube channel.